52 points between these sides in the SPL. Next season, well, they'll be a league apart, won't they? Not today, though. They come together with the same aim to lift that Scottish Cup. Both teams looking for their match winner. Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, who fired the 2 goals here to SCF St Johnstone in the semi-final. He is the top scorer in the Tennant Scottish Cup so far this season with 4 goals in 4 ties. He is very much the danger man for Celtic. There's a man who stood on the terraces here at Hampden and watched Celtic lift the cup here in 1985, Jim McIntyre, with that cheeky penalty which we've all seen so many times, which broke his hearts and spoiled their hopes of making it to the final. He represents the most potent threat up front for the pass. So give a chase from McIntyre. There's excellent movement up front for Burton. It's Burton for Dunfermline. He's got it wide.
What a chance. I've got to say, I think Stephen McManus should have come to meet the ball. As the ball's knocked in behind Presley, I don't know why Stephen McManus hesitates here. He can come across and deal with that. Lovely little reverse from Jim McIntyre once he's in control. Well-timed run by Mark Burchill. And even though the angle isn't favouring him, he should be working after Boric from there. Typical Burchill run.
And we've got 2 players out there down that left for Celtic, the right for Dunfermline, who love to run at defences. Hamill and McGeady. Naylor, whose job it is to stem the flow of the teenager from Liverpool. Excellent work by McIntyre. He looked for a penalty again, but it looked like enough of the ball had been got, certainly in the mind of the referee anyway.
He's punished for slackness as Stephen McManus wanted too much time in the ball, and you're not going to get time in this area of the pitch.
Perrier Doumbé. Miller. Put back in by McIntyre. Doris de Vries has spilled it. It's put in by Nakamura, but the referee was quick to blow his whistle.
I've got to say, there's not a great deal of conviction about the way that de Vries goes up for this, and Paul Hartley's perfectly entitled to go and contest it. Let's see if we can clear this up here. Paul Hartley's eyes on the ball. That is leading with his right eye. Kenny Clark spot on.
Now Miller. Well, lovely inviting ball that is for Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, who has put it wide. Best chance of the game.
Well, you put your house on him. You couldn't have asked for a better cross in from Kenny Miller. It's not one that the goalkeeper can come for. It's swerving away from him. There's good pace in the ball. Oh, he's got 10 yards out, dead centre. Well, given his track record, you're so expecting Vennegoor of Hesselink to score there.
Hartley. Captain Vennegoor of Hesselink, who uses his strength to hold off Sol Bamba. Now McGeady, who's making his presence felt much more in the second half. Risky from Bamba. McGeady, Miller, straight at Doris de Vries.
That's a terrific chance again. And you're dead right, Bill. Bamba took a big chance, committing himself to the tackle. Could have given away a penalty. It's a right-footed tackle he makes with his left side. McGeady stays up. It's a good ball in, and a bit like the Vennegoor chance in the first half. It's one that Celtic have to score from. He's dead centre. There's good pace in the ball. And even if you can say work the goalkeeper, he has to do better.
McGeady. And Hartley. Naylor. Vennegoor of Hesselink still going. Lee Naylor!
First time in the match that Lee Naylor has managed to get himself into an advanced position. And he does well. It's a lovely little exchange because Vennegoor shows here. Naylor into feet, continues his run. And he's being squeezed here as he takes on the right foot shot.
Well, Gary Caldwell is coming on. That's not the story here, though. It is the end of Neil Lennon's Celtic career. We may yet see him lift the Scottish Cup, but he will have to leave it to others to try and secure it. 6.5 years of service. on the field is over. It's Adam Hamill.
Final ball again.
They talked about that all season, haven't they? Somehow that's the one thing he needs to add to his game to be a real player, Adam Hamill. It's given Celtic the chance to break. It's Craig Beattie into the box. It's Beattie. Oh, goodness me, it's close.
Relief there for Scott Wilson because he sold himself out in the left back position. Scott Wilson just got to stay goal side here, but he commits himself, takes himself out of the game. Oh, is this... No, he's not trying to feed anybody, and he's trying to find the inside of that far post, and he's not far out. But Craig Beattie certainly has added that mobility, that energy, that pace that Gordon Strachan would have been looking for.
Caldwell. Perrier Doumbé. Nakamura. Here's Perrier Doumbé. Can Celtic get the chance? Oh, they have it! Jean-Joel Perrier Doumbé with the goal that looks like it's won it for Celtic. So cruel for Dunfermline, but the man from France looks like he has secured the double.
Well, they worked so hard to create the space here, Celtic. Muirhead finds himself 2 against 1 here. Hartley wanted it in early. A little bit of delayed deflection. Well, he destroys his right foot. To be fair, he continued his run. It was he who knocked it wide to Craig Beattie, and he puts it in with his studs. Bamba trying to get back to make the goal line clearance, can't quite make up the ground, and that might just be enough.
Chance to crown it. Caldwell didn't quite get what he was looking for on that shot. But Celtic have got exactly what they were looking for. It is a league and cup double for Gordon Strachan. And it is the young man, Jean-Joel Perrier Doumbé, the unlikeliest of heroes, has only come into the side in the last 2 games, but he stepped up when it matters to put a dogged Dunfermline to the sword. The swan song that Neil Lennon was looking for, even though he was off the pitch by the time the fatal blow was struck to Dunfermline. He could sign off with a smile, and so too can Celtic, but important at this point, Davey, to pay real tribute to Dunfermline, who worked so hard, gave absolutely everything when no one gave them a prayer. Well, they talked about it in the build-up as Lenny's leaving do, and it is the result that he was looking for and Celtic were looking for.
We'll present the Tennis Scottish Cup and gold medals to the winners of the 2007 Tennis Scottish Cup.
After 6.5 years at Celtic, over 300 games, and now 11 trophies, Neil Lennon in those famous hoops climbs the steps here at Hampden for the final time. Lennon and Celtic have been the perfect match, and this is the perfect end to his side, and it is a 14th league and cup double for Celtic. Let these celebrations begin. As Gordon Strachan said, Davey, we're not a great team, but we are a good squad. And what he didn't say is they